what's up my beautiful humans? Today we are finally, after 6 months or something, doing a review on this MacBook. So I wanted to wait some time before I review it because I wanted to fully use it and I wanted to fully get time to get used to it, so it wasn't like, oh, I don't know what I'm doing. I wanted it to be a full, okay, I wrote notes on this, I fully got to use it, I got to see the worst and the best parts of it. So today we're going to be reviewing this sober, don't worry. But today this is fully, I got a squeaky chair and people in the background, so please excuse this. I'm gonna try and do some background music to get rid of it. So anyway, today I am fully wanting to dive into this from like a user perspective. I want to tell you how I feel about it and how I'm using it. It's not specifically going to be a super nerdy review. I did try and get some tech specs in here, but it's just me. I don't even have my boyfriend to help me out with the vocab this time. So hello my beautiful people. Just before I officially begin this video, I'd like to start by saying that there is a giveaway. So I've been teasing a big announcement on my Instagram. If you don't follow me on there, go check it out right now. So we are giving away this Echo Dot today. This is the big grand prize in this bundle. Giving away this Echo Dot completely off my own money. This is not sponsored. I got this. I just wanted to say thank you for engaging with my videos. I am giving away this brand new book by Jay Shetty, Think Like a Monk. It is a bestseller, perfect if you're going back to uni right now and you want some peace of mind and you want something to get away from it all, or you just want to, you know, find your inner peace. And I'm also lastly giving away this entire dotted journal set. You've got your pens, you've got your tape, you've got your journal in there, you've got everything you could ever want. So stay until the end of this video to find out how you can win all of this, and I'll see you then. I'll see you at the end of the video. Bye. I just wanted to remind everyone what I got. I got the rose gold 13.3 inch LED backlit display MacBook Air. Did that make any sense? I'm just gonna link it down below. So I got the dual core Intel Core i3 processor. It's meant to have 256 gigabytes PC LED based SSD storage. Configurable to blah blah blah, but anyway, we'll dive into all of that. Memory is meant to have good memory. Battery power is meant to have up to 11 hours. Size and weight, so it's 1.29 kilos, which is 2.8 pounds, and that is really what I wanted for a laptop. Especially this is one for YouTube, so this is what I edit on, but I did give it a proper kind of use all over to see what it's actually like. So let me get my notes up so we can start kind of speaking. So when it comes to speed, I would say if you're just using it as a laptop, then the dual core processor is going to be fine. It's, you know, it's pretty fast. It doesn't get overworked as easily as some of my other laptops, and there's not really a delay when I'm opening apps. But when it comes to bigger apps such as, you know, Photoshop and Premiere Pro, and you're trying to export videos, etc., that is kind of what you need a big computer for. And perhaps that's where I wish that I got the quad processor. I wish I paid a little bit of extra money for it. Maybe it would make it a little bit faster, make it able to handle the weight I'm putting on it, because I know that apps like Premiere Pro, especially if you've got big videos, big projects that you're working on, can really overload a computer of any kind of sort. So that's kind of what I said, is there's a bit of slowing down at the start, and then a lot more when the project gets a lot more elaborate. The videos kind of cut out, it gets a bit choppy trying to watch back videos. You have to pause it and then start it again. Also, I wouldn't really have a lot of things open in the background as I'm doing this because I just don't know, I don't want to overload it. A couple of times it's crashed, but I think that's mainly me being impatient and trying to click everything at once. Again, the bigger the project, the more it slows down. And then also if you have a few things open, it can start to kind of lag a little. And I don't know if when it comes to internet stuff, that's a lot on my internet or whatnot, but I usually don't use big apps together because I know that's just gonna completely make this thing freak out like it does with everything. But it is a lot better than what I used to work on, so can't complain about it too much. God, that's so heavy. So sometimes when it's exporting a video, it starts to make like really loud fan noises and it sounds like it's about to take off, but it's fine. It does the job, it calms down at the end, so I'm quite fine with that. The more cosmetic things, feels and look, it's really light, small and compact, like that's why people get a MacBook Air. Like I can pick it up so easily. It looks pretty, it feels nice, it feels like you've paid some money for it, it doesn't feel plastic or cheap. The keyboard, this is such a specific thing, but I don't know if you can hear this, but this is the kind of noise it makes. I know it doesn't bother everyone, but when you're trying to, maybe perhaps you're wanting to buy this for uni, and your friends around you are very sensitive to that noise, that might be a little bit of an issue, or if you want to stay quiet. Anyway, this noise might annoy you, it might annoy others, because my other laptop, which I don't know where it is right now, doesn't really make that noise, it's a bit softer. So it's, you know, a minor thing, but I thought I'd mention it. Same with the light up, that's really cool. I really like the fact that the keyboard lights up. It means that if you're the type of person to work in the dark, you can still see what you're typing, you can still see everything on it. The keypad it's great, the touchpad. It's nice and big, so whenever you're trying to swipe across the screen or use gestures, that is pretty amazing. And you can click anywhere, which is also amazing. The only thing I would say is sometimes when I select all the apps, or I want to select like a bunch of photos or videos and then transfer them over, because it like lets you do different pressures, sometimes a lot of the time you end up misclicking and then deselecting everything. And it's, again, like, so this keypad thing is a minor thing, but it's pretty annoying for when you sometimes deselect things because of the difference in pressures on the keypad. So just bear that in mind. Sometimes it's a lot easier to just like try and copy and paste. The one thing I really had to get used to is the fact that there's like no designated buttons. So for like right clicking, you have to press Control. That's just something I wasn't used to, that I mean, I figured it out pretty quickly, but it was a little bit confusing at the start. The metal and the screen get quite smudgy quite quickly, so if you're someone who likes your technology nice and clean a lot of the time, it's not gonna happen here, because everything's kind of glossy and shiny. If you've got the tiniest bit of moisture or oils on your hand, which you will because you're a human and you produce that kind of stuff, it does get quite smudgy quite quickly. Like, I cleaned this before I started this video and you can see already how smudgy it gets. But again, these things are meant to be used and do give them a nice clean from time to time, but for me it's not a big deal. I don't really mind. Also, I keep looking at the mirror behind the camera, so if I'm not making eye contact with you today, I'm really sorry. So that's kind of what I wanted to say. The actual screen quality is really good. Like, the images are really sharp, the colors are really bright if you want them to be. Like, if you turn up the brightness of the screen, it is really nice and crisp. It's really good to use. It doesn't feel like you're staring at like something really blurry or something really overexposed or anything. It's just really crisp. Like, the one thing that they really sell their products on is that display in it, and it's amazing. I have nothing to fault that. When it comes to sound as well, I like the fact that it's got these two speakers. The sound is really good. It's not piercing through your eardrums. The bass is really good, and it doesn't, like, the problem I have with some speakers is it feels like it's like digging into your brain sometimes. I don't know if that's a good way of describing it, but the it's pretty wonderful. Like, they're booming, they're fantastic, I love them. I love watching stuff on them as well because it feels like you're more engulfed on it in whatever you're watching rather than it's screaming at you, if that makes any sense. And the camera on this thing is also really good. The one I used to have is really overexposing you, so it makes it like your face just becomes like a white triangle here and a darker triangle here, but with this it's pretty good. I don't know what other people see me like because of my internet connection, but when I look at it, it looks pretty smashing. The operating system took some time to get used to. So things like computer and settings that you usually find really easily on the Microsoft operating system, everything on here is a bit more hidden away, and if you've never used a MacBook before, you might struggle to find some things. This Finder thing will never go away, and trying to find your usual like taskbar is a bit annoying. So just trying to find things like that. When it comes with like no instructions, I didn't really read any, but things like this should be easy enough to figure out. So stuff like that just gets a little bit annoying from time to time because everything seems to be hidden away. I was trying to see how much storage it had left, and it just says not enough disk space, so there's still things that come out that I don't know what it wants from me, and I feel kind of frustrated with it at times. It's not everything's under the same name, so I said it's like having a new pet and trying to figure out what it wants. It is very clean inside, like everything is hidden away, but I feel like sometimes they've tried to hide too much away and things should just be under normal things like settings rather than preferences. But I don't know if that's just me being fussy or if Apple just want to be Apple. A lot of the times I just had to Google where things were and how to find things, accessing storage and such, just getting used to everything being in pages and numbers and Keynote instead of like the normal Word, Excel, etc. So it gets kind of annoying having to go back and forth. I would definitely say that if you're particular about the systems you use for office kind of things, then don't get a MacBook for your all the time use. I don't know if you can download. You should be able to download the Excel and that on this, but I definitely think that it doesn't do the same job as Word does. It's just there you're just a blank page to write on, but you don't have as many tools and ability to change as much as you do in the Windows Office kind of apps. So that's a very nerdy thing to be specific about, but that's something I would definitely say is just stick to Office if you prefer Office. Battery life, it's good if you're using it as like a normal laptop. Lasts for me for a couple of days, but also I'm not on my laptop that much. When I'm using it to edit or Photoshop or export, etc., if I'm doing it for like YouTube stuff, I do usually have to charge it. It goes not really quickly, but maybe like 4 hours, and then I want to feel comfortable, so I put it on charge again, which is absolutely fine. Like I said, these apps take up a lot of power from laptops, so I'm quite fine with that. It charges pretty quickly, to be fair. Like I can leave it on the desk, charge it for a couple hours, come back, and it's pretty good to go. And then it's just, again, like with all technology, it depends what you're using it for and how much you're using it. When it comes to memory, I'm not quite sure what to say because I thought this laptop had a lot more hard drive memory than it did, and I thought it would, like my purple laptop, lasts me a very long time. But the second I try to edit one video, I think it was actually the first 2 videos that I filmed with it, it says that there's not enough disk space and that it's, you know, it was really frustrating because it feels like it wasn't very clear how much it had. I couldn't really find where, like, if it was running out or not, and then things were going straight up onto the cloud drive, iCloud, whatever, and then that ran out of space, and then it was just telling me that there's something wrong with it, but it wasn't really telling me where to go and fix it. So I was really unsure of what this thing wanted. So I feel like it was a way to get me to pay for the monthly subscription for more storage, which now I'm paying £7 for. So it's like an extra payment on top of the payment I'm already making for the laptop. I really need to get like a hard drive, like an external hard drive, just to save stuff on, but for the time being it was just cheaper to get a subscription. So probably the biggest fault I have with it, probably my biggest frustration, I think Apple's really good at making you buy extra things with their products, even though their actual products are not too cheap. And then accessibility ports, so I think it needs a few more. I know they're trying to make it really sleek, but considering this is all you have, and I'm used to, you know, HDMI, card readers, USB, etc, etc, I wasn't kind of expecting it to have this. I thought maybe because they don't have it, they'd come with an adapter, but like I just said, they're really good at making you buy extra things. So I just went on Amazon and I got myself like a multi-ended port adapter thing, so I can plug my laptop, plug anything into this thing now. But that was like an extra £20 on top of everything. I guess you get what you get, but for this much money I kind of expected it to be perfect, if that makes sense. I think anyone would expect the laptop for £1,000 to do everything for them, and for you not to have to buy extra things and dangly bits and have to worry about kind of stuff like that. The ID touch is pretty amazing, like it's really handy. Don't know how I feel about them having my fingerprint, but I guess it's like that with most technology now. It's nice and fast to just click it on, but I guess they own my soul now. Probably in their terms and conditions. But yeah, I wish I paid extra for the quad processor. It would have, I think, made this one of my favourite things. I definitely need to get an external hard drive for everything, and a case if I wanted to carry it anywhere. And the only other thing is that it doesn't really stay shut down, if that makes sense. The second, it doesn't have like a power on button. So when you're trying to clean it, the second you press any button, it turns itself on. It's pretty waterproof. One night I spilled a whole pint of water on it, and it's still working to this day. So whatever they did, maybe I just dried it on time or not. But overall, I'll give it like an 8 out of 10. I love how fast it is, I love how sleek it is, how it looks. I love most of the system, but the two kind of things that bring it down for me is the fact that the internal storage is not quite what I thought it would be, and I have to buy like extra stuff. And the other one is the fact that all this system stuff is hidden away within the MacBook. So if you've not used one before, it's not that user friendly. If you just want to poke about, I feel like any other computer, you kind of get used to where things are, or you can look things up really quickly, but with this it's a bit harder. But overall, like, I am quite happy with this purchase. I wouldn't be thinking of giving it away. I did at the very start when I was really annoyed with it and I couldn't figure anything out. It kind of just lay about for a little while before I came back to it. But now it's like my go-to. I really enjoy using it. It's great for editing, and it's great for learning Photoshop. I would definitely buy another one in the future, once I kind of pay this one off and I become a bit more serious about YouTube. That's kind of the only time I would think about buying another one. So I'm one of these people, if you don't need it, don't buy it. Like, this was a big purchase and it's not like I bought it on the off chance. I thought about it for about 2 years. So I hope that kind of gave you an insight into this laptop, this MacBook. I hope the review was good enough for your average person. Like I said, it's not going to be anything massive. It's just It's just what I think of it as a user. So hello again, just to end this video. Just want to remind you of the prices. So it's all one big bundle. There we go, everything together. You've got your Amazon Echo Dot in black. I have one in my room as well. Alexa, say hello.
Hi.
There she is. So just to prove that I've got one of my own, I have a beautiful Alexa Echo Dot kind of thing. And I am also giving away Jay Shetty's brand new book, Think Like a Monk. It is all about finding your inner peace, finding the calm in you, purpose for every day. I am sure many of you have heard of him. He is an amazing person and I cannot wait for you guys to get your hands on this book. I've also got it on copy for myself, so I'll be reading it with whoever wins. And just want to say that we've also got this journal set. You've got your pens, you've got some washi tape in here, you have stencils, you have stickers, you have pretty much everything you need to get organized, and you get this black notebook in here. So this would be great for anyone going back to uni like myself and you want to organize yourself a bit better. It's great for the boys who want to keep track of things in the gym. I mean, there's nothing you can't really use a notebook for, so this is a great. So I am so excited for you guys to get your hands on this. Again, check all the T's and C's down below in the description, and I hope you guys win. The deadline is, I'll be announcing the winner on the 28th of October. So I'm very excited for y'all. And that's it. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you're new here, please subscribe. I am thenightowlkarol. Welcome. And this is my life. If you enjoyed it, leave a thumbs up. And if you didn't, leave a thumbs down and comment down below what you want me to do better next time. I do really appreciate the feedback. Our family is still growing, so please do subscribe to join our beautiful humans. And I'll leave you with that today, and I will see you guys on my next adventure next Wednesday. Bye.